During the last session, we were discussing about the string operations or how to handle a string. We said that a string is actually an array of characters, a single dimensional array of characters ending with a /0 symbol, that is a null symbol. That was what a string is. But in the last program that we discussed, we said that our string should end with a dollar symbol. In that case, if it is said that it should end with a dollar symbol, in that case, you have to put the dollar symbol on your own. That is, the user has to input the dollar symbol. You might be remembering that in that program, while we run the program, the dollar symbol was written by us itself. So only then it will be read by the program, because in all the strings will be ending with a null character. So that is the condition. So then a list of strings, that is an array of strings. It is a two-dimensional array of characters. That also we have seen. It is an array of strings, that is a multiple strings are to be stored in a specific array. Then in that case, it is an array of strings. That is actually a two-dimensional array of characters. So that till this we have seen, and the examples also we have discussed. Now we see the string handling functions. The string handling functions are the predefined functions. They are available, which are available in the string.h header file. We have seen the string.h header file in one or two examples, because we wanted to convert the uppercase alphabet to the lowercase, etc. So in that case, we used the string.h, that is hash include string.h was given there. In the string.h functions, or in the string.h header file, we have a number of functions which can be directly applied to strings. So these functions are known as the string handling functions. Out of the string handling functions, there are many, and we are discussing only about 4. One of them we have already seen, to lower, that we have seen. So likewise, there is a to upper is also there, that also you can use to, we have already seen that one, to lower, and along with the to lower, obviously to upper is always there. So that also we can use. The other 4 different functions, which are the most important among the string handling functions, they are what we are discussing today. The 4 string handling functions that are being discussed are strcpy, strcat, strcmd, strlen. So in the strcpy, this stands for str copy or string copy. So it makes a copy of a string. So what it does is it creates a copy of a string. If we are giving something like this, strcpy, in the case of strcpy function, we have 2 arguments. We will be having 2 arguments. So one is s1 and the other one should be a string. The first one is a variable to which the string is to be copied. So this is a string, hi. It's a hi, it is a string, and this string is to be copied to s1. The variable is s1. So after the running of this strcpy s1 hi, the assignment will be like this: s1 should be equal to hi. So this will be the condition. This is something like this. So in order to copy a particular string to another variable, we can use strcpy, and the usage is like this. That is, the first variable which is to be used for copying it, and the next one is, the next parameter is the string that is to be copied. Then there is another function, that is strcat, or this stands for string concatenation. The string concatenation or strcat appends a string to the end of another string. That is, if we have 2 strings and we want to merge these strings together such that they will together act as a single string. Suppose we have 2 strings like this, hello. One string is, hello, and the other string is the world. So we have two separate strings, hello and world. And we want to combine these two in order to get the output as hello world. So in that case, you can use strcat, that is string concatenation. In the string concatenation, actually it is the two values or the two strings which are to be concatenated together or which are to be appended together are given. So S1 comma more. So S1 will be having some value, then more will be having some value. More is the string that will be added to S1. In this case, if we consider this particular line as well as this particular line together, in that case, what happens is it will be like this: high, more. It will be like this. This will be the output, or S1 will be after the execution of this particular line. After the execution of this particular line, it will be like this. That is high, more. And there won't be any space in between HI and MORE because no space is given here or here. No space is given. So obviously there won't be any space. Now strcmp, that is string comparison. strcmp is string comparison. It is in order to compare two strings alphabetically. That is, we want to compare two strings, two different strings, whether they are true, they are the same or not. That is what we want to check. Suppose we have a string like this, HELLO, and another one HELLO. If we compare these two, it will give you an answer of false, because like in the first one H is capital and in the second one H is small. So because of that reason, the comparison will result in negative, that is it will be false. If both the strings are equal, if the compared two strings are equal, then it will return true. If it is false, it will return, if the two strings are different, then it will return false. Obviously it is case sensitive, that is C is case sensitive, and thus strcmp is also case sensitive. That is what I said. Hello with the capital H and hello with the small h will be different. So the structure or the way in which strcmp is used is like this: strcmp S1 HU. So if S1 equal to HU itself, this will return true, and if S1 is not equal to HU, then obviously this will return false. Then the last of the four string handling functions that we have to discuss, it is strlen or strlen, string length. This stands for string length. Str stands for string and len stands for length. So it is string length. It returns the number of characters in a string. So if we write it like this, strlen hi, so it will return 2 because it is having only 2 characters, h and I. These are the 2 characters that is returned by strlen. So this is the 4 string handling functions that is very useful for most of our programming purposes, for which are the most important for program, the functions within the string.h. There are obviously many more functions which are available with the string.h, but as per our syllabus, these 4 is necessary, and the others we can omit. One more, two lower that we have already seen. Obviously with the 2 lower, there should be a 2 upper also, which converts the smaller case letters or smaller case alphabets into capital letters. That is what 2 upper does. Now let us see some of the examples of implementing the string handling functions. So in this case, we will see 3 different programs. One is implementing the string handling functions, the string handling functions that we have discussed right now, the strlen, strcpy, strcat, etc., strcmp, all those 4 functions. Then we does another example, another program, that is string palindrome. How to check whether a particular string is a palindrome or not. How to check what is a palindrome? A palindrome is a word or a string. If we write it in the forward direction or in the reverse direction, it will be the same. Like Malayalam, Malayalam. If we read it from backward, Malayam. So it is the same. In both the direction, it is the same. The spelling is the same. So that is what is a string palindrome. That is, even if it is reversed, it will give you the same word or the same string. So that is without using string functions, we will first do the programming or first check whether a given string is a palindrome or not. And in the second case, we use the string functions, the string handling functions within the string or string.h in order to check whether a given string is palindrome or not. Okay, the string functions, in order to find out how the string handling functions work together. So we have some we have an example, that is hash include stdio.h. We start with the hash include stdio.h. This is used because we need the printf, scanf, etc., whatever it is. Then there comes the hash include string string.h. This string.h is used in order to have the strcpy, strcat, strlen, etc. So then we start our program with an int main void. Sorry. So we start with the int main void. Then we define 4 character strings. I mean 3 character strings. One character string is char str1 12. The size of the string is 12, or the size of the array is given as 12. So str12, it is hello, hello. Then character str2, that is again 12. So we give it as word, WORLD. Now a third variable is declared, or a third character array is declared, that is char str3, that is again of size 12. Then finally we have an int length. A variable len is defined as of type integer. This is to find out the length of a particular string. Then we check. What we first does is strcpy str3 comma str1. So we know that str3 is declared here, but it is not initialized. That is, it doesn't have any specific value associated with it. So str3 doesn't hold any value. So in this statement, in the strcpy str3.str1, str3 comma str1, what it does is whatever is within the str1, or whatever is the string str1. So we know that str1 is hello. So this particular hello is copied into str3. So str3 now gets the value hello. So now we print the value of str3, the value that is stored in str3. So we can print the value, we can check whether it can be printed before the strcpy also. So let's check whether it can be printed, or what will be printed. If we check str3 is printed before that one. So that is it. So strcpy str3.str1. Let's check what will happen, whether it will throw an error or it will display something, etc. Then we run the strcpy str3 comma str1. So that will be the str1, whatever be the value in str1, that will be stored into str3. Then in this line, see, it is strcat str1 str2, that is string concatenation. str1 is merged with or appended with the str2. So first str1 comes and then str2 comes. Str1 is hello and str2 is world. So it will be giving you hello world without any space between hello and world, because we are not inserting a space after hello or before world. There is no spaces associated with it. So then we print f strcat str1 comma str2. So this particular line, what it results for str1, what will be the value of str1, that we will be printing. Then we find out the length of str1. The length of str1 is next to what we are finding out. So len equal to strlen str1. So strlen is an integer variable. We have declared it here, and len will get the value of, or the number of characters within str1. The number of characters within str1 will be assigned to the variable len. Now we then print the length of str1, or the value of len is then displayed. So let us compile it and then run it. So see, in the initial case, we tried to print str3 here. Here we tried to print str3. Before assigning or before doing the strcpy command, we tried to print the str3. So the value that is printed is some symbol. Some symbol it is printed. This symbol is printed because str3 doesn't contain any specific value at that time. And once it is copied, the str1 is copied to str3. str3 became hello. So that is why hello is coming up. So str copy, str3 is getting the value hello. Now we does the concatenation, and in the concatenation str1 is concatenated with str2, and str1 is hello and str2 is world. So while combining these two, we get hello world without any space in between. So in between there are no spaces coming up. So then we are checking the length of str1, the length using strlen. So strlen, str1 is 10. So see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 characters are there in the hello world. So that is how it is coming up. Now, if we want to put a space in between hello and world, how we should put a space? So there are multiple ways of putting a space in between hello and world. Either you can put a space here, so this will result in a space between hello and world. So see, the hello between hello and world, there is a space coming up. That is one way. Or we can put a space in front of the world. So that is another way of putting a space in between hello and world. But these two methods have a difficulty or a problem associated with finding out the length of that particular string. If we want to find out the length of str1, if we put a space at the end, then obviously that also will be counted in the length of str1. So that is the same case with the world. If we put a space before the word world, obviously that will also be counted as the length of str2. So then what we should do? So in that case, what we can do is, in the strcat itself, or using the strcat itself, we can put a space. But in order to put that space, we will not be able to put it like this. If we put it like this, it will throw an error, because there are 3 arguments within the strcat. So in the strcat, the function strcat can take only up to 2 arguments or 2 parameters. But here there are 3 parameters. So if we run it, it will throw an error. So str1 comma str2 is possible, but str1 comma space comma str2 is not possible. So what we have to do is, we have to use another strcat command before this one. first what we does is strcat str1 comma then the space within the double quotes the space, then strcat str1 comma str2. So what it prints, let's see. So see, it is hello world, and this is done by using two strcat commands, the concatenation string concatenation commands. So that is how the strcpy, strlen, and strcat are used. And in order to do the strcmb, there also that also we can do. If strcmb str1 str2, if this is true, then printf percentage yes, sorry, percentage yes, comma str1, else printf percentage yes. That's it. So we are running a comparison, that is strcmb is comparison of str1 and str2. If both are true, it will print str1. If both are if they both are same, if both are same, then it will print str1. If both are different, then it will print str2. So let's see what it will print. See, it printed hello world. So that is str1. str1 is printed there. So this strcmb resulted in hello world. So that is how it is being run. So let's see another case. So how this will work, whether it is str2 is also, we want to check what is str2 after this concatenation operation. So we are putting another concatenation operation, sorry, the strcat here we are putting str2. So we are putting str2 here and then running it. So in the case of strcat str1 comma str2, it is world. So in the string comparison, it says that strcmb str1 comma str2 is true. It gives you true. If strcmb this is true, that is what it says. I'm not sure how it is being worked, why it is behaving like that, but in strcmb actually it compares two strings alphabetically. Okay, now we will see the next program, that is string palindrome using the string functions. Sorry, string palindrome without the string functions. That is what we will discuss. So here also we start with the hash include stdio.h and hash include string.h. Obviously we may not need the string.h here because we are not using the string functions, but still we are including that one in order to find out the length of the particular string. So then we start with a character array. A character array s is equal s1000. That is what we have done. Then int I, n, and c is initialized as 0. I and n are there, and c is initialized to 0. Now we find out how we print enter the string. The string is to be entered by us. then it reads in the string into S, into the character array S. It reads it. Then we calculate the length of the string, and the length of the string is assigned to n. The length of string is calculated using strlen, and then it is assigned to the variable n. So it is n equal to strlen s. Now for I equal to 0, I less than n by 2, I plus plus. So then up to from the first character to the middle character we are checking. We are checking from I equal to 0 to I equal to n by 2. I is less than n by 2. So we are checking only up to the middle, just because we are checking whether it is the same. It is the same from the starting to the end. S of C. Here we are checking S of I. We are checking whether S of I is S of 0 is equal to S of n minus I minus 1. So what it is checking is, let me show you what it will be checking. Okay, if the value is something like this, HELLO, the string that we entered is HELLO. So this will be S of 0, this is S0, this is S of 1, the second one, this is S3, then this L is S4. Sorry, there is something missing. Okay. This is S of 2, sorry, this is S of 2, and this is 3, S of 3, and this O is S of 4. So in this case, n equal to 5. So there are 5 letters in this case, so n equal to 5. So when I equal to 0, it is checking S of 0. S of I is equal to S of 0 is equal to S of n is 5. N minus I minus 1. N is 5. 5 minus I is 0. 5 minus 0 minus 1. So it is 4. S of 4. So it is checking whether this character, first character and the last character is the same or not. If it is same, it is incrementing the value of C by 1. It is incrementing the value of C by 1. So likewise, it completes all the checking. The first one is compared with the last one, second is compared with the second last one, etc., etc. So obviously, if it is a string with the odd number of characters, the middle character we don't have to check, like in Malayalam, M-A-L-A-Y-A-L-A-M. So this character as well as this character is the same. A as well as A is same. L as well as L is same. A is same. So Y is standing out. So we don't have to compare whether the middle character is the same or not. It can be same or different. It may not be different. It cannot be different in any case. So that way we are incrementing C. So the value of I varies from 0 to 5 by 2. In this case it will vary from 0 to 5 by 2. That is 0 to 0, 1 and 2. So anyway, 2.5 is not possible. 2.5 is not checking. 0, 1 and 2 will be checked. And the value of I then becomes 2. I will be 2 there. So C is incremented by 1 also. When it is same, C is incremented by 1. So for the first comparison, C is 1, C is incremented by 1. The second comparison, C is 2, etc. If it is true, then it will be incremented. Then finally we check if C equal to I, then the string is palindrome. Else, if the string is not equal to I, then it is not a palindrome. So let us describe it in terms of Malayalam. So when I equal to 0, M is compared with the M. So it is true. So C is equal to 1. C is incremented by 1. So C becomes 1. Then in the next iteration, I becomes 1. I becomes 1. Then A is compared with the A. So both are same. So C is equal to 2. C became 2. Then third, I equal to 2. I became 2. So L is compared with the L. So it is true. So C equal to 3. C equal to 3. Then next, I equal to 4. I became 4. I became 4 means this C of I is 0, 1, 2. Sorry, I became 3. So I became 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So A with the A is compared. So then now C equal to 4. Now C is 4. Now I becomes 4. I became 4. But I became 4 is not being checked within the for loop. Within the for loop, I is less than n by 2. N in this case is, n is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And n by 2 in this case is 4.5. So it should be, I should be less than n by 2. So that is, I should be a maximum of 4. I can be a maximum of 4. So we don't have to check again. So I became 4 and now C is also 4. So then we check if C equal to I. C is equal to I here. So how now C is equal to I. So the string is a palindrome. And now else the printf, the string is not a palindrome. If C is not equal to I, then it is not a palindrome. This is how the comparison is being done. Now let us run it and check. I run it and I am typing hello and it is said the string is not a palindrome. So obviously we know that the string is not a palindrome. Now again we run and I am typing Malayalam. So it is a palindrome. That we know Malayalam is a palindrome. Right. Now again I am running. I am typing Malayalam with M capital. Now it is not a palindrome because here the first character is capital M and the last character is small letter m. So that differentiates between these two. That is, capital M is not equal to small m. So it is not considered to be a palindrome. If this one is also to be considered to be a palindrome, in that case, we have to convert the uppercase character to smaller case character before comparing. So that is how the string palindrome is checked using the string function. Using the strings, and we are not using the string handling functions also. Now if we want to use the string handling functions, so in that case again we start with, in that particular program we start with the hash include stdio.h, then hash include string.h into main. Here we will be having two different character arrays, that is character s1000, character s2000. Then we print, enter the string, then gets S1, then S1 is obtained. Then we copy strcpy S2 to S1, that is S1 is copied to S2. The value, the string within the S1 is copied to the string S2. And then we use another function strrev. This function is in order to reverse a particular string. That is, the last character becomes first and first character becomes second. First character becomes second and the second character becomes first character becomes last and the last character becomes first. That is strrev. So if we use strrev and if str1 is S1, if S2 is equal to hello, suppose And if we put strrev s2, then this will become OLLEH. So this is how strrev behaves. That is, it reverses the characters. Now we check, we compare S1 and S2. And if not strcmb S1 and S2, if these both are same, if both are same, it will return false, and otherwise it will return true. So because these two are same, when these two are same, when S1 and S2 are the same, that is the reversed. Suppose we used MAM, S1 is equal to MAM, so S2 is also MAM, the reverse of S2. Reverse of S2 is also equal to MAM. So when we compare these two are the same. These two are same. So if the strcmb actually returns, if both are same, it will return 0. strcmb returns 0 if both are same. Or if it is false, I mean, if both are different, it will return a positive value, or it will return another value which is not equal to 0. So 0 in our case means false. So that is why we are putting a not equal to symbol here. If not equal to strcmb S1, S2, if strcmb is not equal to 0, strcmb is not 0, then print string is a palindrome. So that is, S1 and S2 are the same, strcmb will return 0, and if the returned value is not 0, then printf is print string is palindrome. So this note is used if this is 0, it is to be negated. Else then print string is not palindrome. So this is false, means false is not of false is true. So that is why this is being used. So then string is palindrome. So now let us run this one. Enter the string. I am entering HELL. Oh, hello, it is not a palindrome. Now I am entering again Malayalam. So this is a palindrome. String is palindrome. So if again I put, if it is put as with a capital M, it will give you a not palindrome. So that is how the string functions are used in order to check a particular string is palindrome or not.